We get asked all the time, Jody, you've got a lot going on over there. And if you look at any section of my pie, physical, emotional, spiritual, career, relationships, family, that's called the life pie, guys. Um, you could say that about every selection, right? Every slice of the pie, I've got a lot going on. And truly, pre-pandemic, I got to a point where I didn't want to have staff in my practice anymore for many reasons. And my back was up against the wall, and I figured out a solution, and I got really good at figuring out how to run my practice efficiently with the tools that I had that I had access to. And I was very public about my process. I wanted to inspire fellow chiropractors at that time, women chiropractors. And a lot of people over the pandemic, when the pandemic hit, they lost their staff, and they kept hitting me up like, what do you do with the phone? What do you do with the email? What do you do to run your practice without staff? Because I had gotten really good at it. And I put all of my like SOPs that I made for my practice, my standard operating procedures, or the directions, into a Google Doc. And I'm like, you know what? I have this thing. Why don't I just make a book? So that's what I did. I wrote our first book, which is it's right there, Staffless. And it became a bestseller on Amazon. And this whole thing started. And then we created a school, and we have um, thousands of hours of content on classes and courses on, hi, Wendy, every aspect of running a practice efficiently and joy-centered without staff, or with staff who shows up only to do what they're great at doing. And here we are, 4 books later. We've served thousands of clients from all over the world. Wendy's joining us from New Zealand. And it's evolved into this really beautiful thing that is not coming from me. It's coming through me. It truly is not coming from me. I'm not this smart, right? It's like I'll wake up at 3:30, usually it's 3:33, and I'll have another idea, and I literally keep a book that looks like this by my bed, and I just write my ideas down, and then I'll go back to sleep, and first thing in the morning I'll start creating. So I've been on this bandwagon since spring of 2020, and I haven't looked back. So for a few years, we were working with clients to create solutions for an email program for their practice that was compliant and pretty and one-click ready, a website solution for their clients that was just about the same, a texting solution for their clients that was just about the same, where it's as efficient as possible, it's as quick and easy as possible to get the thing to the person who's looking for it, so that you can get to the end result, which is serving them care. And we were fragmented. We were on all of these different platforms. Like, this is for Google Space, or Google Workspace, this for email, simple texting for texting, Weebly for your website, ClickFunnels for your funnels. Meanwhile, educating our clients about what a funnel is. How do you market like a boss if you don't have a team doing it for you? And then what happened is we started having teams hire us, because one of the things that I had to learn how to do is run a team. We now have a team of 14 people on this side of the computer running Staffless Practice. And I had to learn how to do that. And I had to learn, my back was up against the wall. I had to learn the thing so that I could do the thing. And then I started working with teams, showing them what I was learning. So here we are today. The problems that we solve are the problems that come up next. So if Wendy says to me, Jody, I already have a website. I just need one page with places to click for my practice members. I don't need a new site. I need one page that brings it all together. That's our next problem that we solve, and we create the solution, and then we go on to the next problem. So it's been this thing moving through me, right? And now what we have is called the Practice Suite, where it's, instead of having all of these fragmented programs, we have all of the solutions on one platform for our clients. And what I want to share with you today is what the programs look like, how they come together. The determining factor of where people start in our world is the following. One, do they have the bandwidth, time, energy, and money to work on their practice? If they don't have money and they have time, there's a low ticket solution for that. It's called the Staffless Practice Club. It's $89 a month. We start people with a free month to try it out, right? We meet every week, and this meeting that we're having right now is actually one of those meetings. All of our clients get access to the weekly meetings, which is the Staffless Practice Club. Two, if they do have the financial bandwidth to invest in their practice, the next question is, do they need a practice suite? Do they need somewhere to put all of the tools that we're going to teach them how to build? And the tools look like template ready email inbox that's HIPAA compliant and beautiful. A texting solution that goes 1 to 1,000 and back to 1, meaning you can text 1,000 people. It looks like you're just texting one and it comes back to that one person, and it's compliant and it's template ready. 3, do you need a website? Does your website work? Do you have all the moving pieces on your website so that if someone's visiting your website, they know what to do to get what they need, because people have a 3-second attention span. It's very clear how to get the visit that they're looking for in one click without scrolling. And do they have a way to start a conversation with you on the website? Because if they don't, they'll go to the next thing. So, and then, so those are the next questions. Do you have those tools? And if some of them you do have, some of them you don't have, then we put the right program in front of you. And then the third question is, do you have the bandwidth to do this work if I show you how to do it, or do you need it done for you? And if you need, some of us are like, Jody, just have your team set it up and wake me when it's done, right? And we have that option. It's, of course, the highest ticket option, right? As far as expenses are concerned, financial expenses, but the lowest ticket as far as your time is concerned. And then we have something in the middle where we're helping you along the way. We're coaching you throughout the process. So what I want to do today is I want to go over what all that looks like. And I'm going to share for about 15-20 minutes, and then I'm going to stop our Facebook Live and go on with our masterclass for our students. So I'm in practice 25 years, almost 25 years. I've had probably 5 different coaches during those 25 years. I was brought onto a team of, in my opinion, the elite of the elite practitioners within chiropractic as a business coach, maybe 15 years ago. And I worked with these brilliant people, brilliant technique and brilliant chiropractic approach-wise, but people who really needed support with running a business. So I served in that capacity. And then when I started having babies, I was like, you know what? I need a break. I need to go into a bubble. I can go to my office, serve great care, come home. Go to my office, serve great care, come home. And that was just about all I had the bandwidth for. And when the pandemic hit, this natural pause happened for all of us. And all of a sudden, my creative juices started going and I started teaching. And I'm like, here we are, I'm coaching again. So from that, we've created the following programs. I'm going to go into sharing my screen with you. If you are live with me in the Zoom and I'm going too fast, please ping me and say, Jody, slow down. So the first thing I want to show you is this is the solution that we came up with for, instead of having like a Gmail account, a texting account, an Instagram messenger, a Facebook messenger, a voicemail, a phone, a fax machine. Like instead of having all that stuff, this is the solution for the all-in-one. This is called the Practice Suite. And we have a conversation window where all of the conversations with a practice member before, during, and after visit 1 takes place. And this is all template ready, meaning we give you all of the templates that you could need. You just fill in the blanks, like what are the directions to your office, things that you're going to text people about, directions, how to get into your telehealth link, information about their first visit, things like that. The practice suite also somewhat integrates with the EHR, but really is a separate thing. And then we give you all of the automations that go with the practice suite. So the automations look like what to do with a new practice member the day of visit one, how to capture them on a website without your time being involved, um, how to have a form on your website and get them into your suite. That's mostly being used for if you have a new practice member who's booking their first visit, there's a capture form on the website that gets their first name, last name, email, and phone number, and that gets them into the suite and gets them in this nurturing sequence so that your team doesn't have to do it or you don't have to do it. What do you do with a new practice member once they've scheduled? And so all of these are stories to nurturing your practice members. And all you have to do is fill in the words, okay? We also have a program called the GSD program where we build all of that for you. If you say, Jody, I don't have the bandwidth to build a practice suite, can your team meet me, get my words and my passions and my colors and my images and build the suite for me? We can do that. That's called our GSD program. Okay. Some of our clients knock on our door and they're like, I don't only want a practice suite. I want to be coached by you. I want to create an online course. I want to double the income of my practice this year. I want to, I don't know, I want to open a new practice down the street, whatever it is. And then I'm working with them one-on-one. That's called our scale program. And our scale program has all of these courses in it. So basically, I'll meet with a client and they'll say, Jody, these are my hopes and dreams for the year. And I'll say, these are the things that I can do for you. And then I'll partner with the people who I know that I don't have the skills to do that. Let's go. That's our scale program. Our scale program includes the build out of a practice suite if that's what our clients want. So, and then we also do really cool things like we'll build websites for our clients that are not inside of a suite. This is one of the websites that we build for Dr. Katina Manning, who's one of my mentors in chiropractic. And we take care of all of her registrations. So the way that that looks is she has a practice suite. We put all of her registrations. Each one of these buttons goes into her practice suite, gets her people registered, and we run all of that for her. So all she truly needs to do is show up and serve great care. So what I find is, in chiropractic, we talk a lot about subluxation. And subluxation simply means, in my understanding, stored potential energy in a system. So if a force hits a system, the force, it can either be processed through the system, it goes into a state of chaos, and it can move through the system, and the system can adapt and assimilate and be at a higher vibration of expression. Or the force can hit the system, and the system can get distorted and locked in and have this pattern of tension created. That's what we call a subluxation. We have subluxations in our practice. These forces hit our practice, like we grow too fast, or I don't know, we lose power for a week, or someone who we love dies and we need to take a pause on the growth of the practice. We have these patterns of tension. In my experience, I need someone to walk me through to introduce a new force to my system to help me get to the other side of it. That's what we do in our coaching programs. So we start with, do you need a practice suite? Yes or no. If you don't need a practice suite and you just need to know what to do with the time, energy, and money of your practice to be more efficient, to do half of the admin in half of the time, or half of the admin in half of the time while you're doubling your practice. That's our 12-week program. That's Spot Try. If you say at the end of that, I want a practice suite, that's our Suite Success program. It's the same program, but we're showing you how to put all of your newfound stuff into a suite. If you say, Jody, I want to work with you, I want you to work with my team, I want to double my practice, I want to create an online course, I need more hand holding, that's our scale program. It's a 6-month program. Some of our people say, you know what, just leave me alone and show me what to do. Give me a practice suite, let me run it on my own. And we have that too. That's our Done By You program, and that's called the Promises program. I was very clear when I agreed with the universe that I was going to do coaching because I really didn't want to be a coach again. that if I was going to do it, I was going to make it really fair to everybody involved, including me and including my family. Time, energy, money for you guys and for me and for our teams and for our family, right? So all of the offerings, and they're always shifting and evolving and growing and changing because, again, as I said in the beginning, this thing is coming through me. It's not coming from me. And I'm just trying to adapt and assimilate as these new ideas are born. So an example is if you say to me, Jody, I want your team to build the suite for me, we had to create a whole program for that, you guys. We had to schedule in meetings with our clients to grab you for an hour, give us all of the information, and then we had to create systems to take that information and put it into the practice suite in a way that works for your brain. That alone takes 10 hours, right? So I think we're doing a really good job. I am blessed to have the most incredible women on my team. At the time I'm recording this, we are all women. They are rock stars from all over the world. And I am happy to say that everything we do it with integrity. So those are the offerings that we offer as Staffless Practice. If you're watching this in our Facebook group, that's our free group. I do these things. This is me serving a community, right? It checks the boxes for me doing service work, which is really important to me personally. I do this every week. I teach you something. I give you a gift. They're kind of like teasers or lead magnets. What's a lead magnet? A lead magnet is, let's say that you are on a mission to serve chiropractic to all of the professional golfers in your state. Okay. A lead magnet is like a carrot that you would dangle in front of them saying, hey, I'm the physical therapist who does work with the golfers all over the state of Wisconsin. Here is a PDF on the top 25 things that professional golfers should consider when it comes to their nutrition on the golf course. That's a lead magnet. You take that PDF of 25 things, and then you create what we call a nurturing sequence, where they get the PDF, they give you their name, their email, their phone number, and they get an email, and they get a voicemail drop, and they get a text message. And maybe if they haven't heard from you, they get all of the other things 2 days later, right? If they haven't messaged you back. That whole thing is a nurturing sequence for leads. Those are the kinds of things that we include in the practice suite. So again, some of the people who knock on our virtual door say, I don't have the bandwidth to do any of it, but I have the money to invest. We will build it for them. Some of our people say the opposite. I have the time. My practice numbers are really light. I just don't have much money. And to get a practice suite is all of $10. It's $10. You spend a month with us. If you love it, you continue on from $295 a month to $495 a month, but you're replacing about $500 to $800 in bills each month by having a practice suite. So that's what we offer here at Staffless Practice. If you're watching this online, please check us out at gostaffless.com. Let me know if you have questions. Drop a message below, and I will get back to you as soon as I come up for air. And I'm going to go ahead and end my live stream.